I watched this movie when it first came out. I liked it. That review is still on the channel. But rewatching it, I like it more. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Batman Hush. It's a 2019 animated movie. Like I said in the intro, my other review is still on the channel. It just looks terrible, it doesn't even have a real thumbnail. So I wanted to rewatch the movie, and as I'm going through all these DC animated movies, I wanted to talk about this one again. We start with Bruce, which is different for these Batman movies. We usually start with Batman getting into something, and he runs into Selina Kyle, runs into his friend Thomas, and they play a part in this movie. We then see Batman stop Bane, and as he's chasing Catwoman from a scene, this guy in bandages shoots Batman's grappling hook, and Batman falls, and he can't catch himself, and he is hurt. Catwoman protects his body until Batgirl comes, but Batman is really hurt so much that he needs surgery from his friend, and they set it up so Bruce gets the surgery. But it's like the injury did something to the man, and he starts to live a little. He doesn't stop being Batman, of course, because from his brief fight with Bane, he learns that Poison Ivy is involved and that Catwoman was controlled by Poison Ivy. And as he is trying to find Ivy, he runs into Catwoman again, and they kind of sort of team up. And that takes them to Metropolis. We get a brief appearance from Superman and Lois. Superman is being controlled by Poison Ivy, and Batman has this contingency plan to snap Superman out of it by harming Lois. He didn't want to really harm her, but Catwoman throws Lois off the roof, and Superman, of course, breaks out of the mind control, saves her. They have a conversation. But even though Batman is working with Catwoman and they having like a little fling, he's still about his business, and he's like, yo, I didn't say throw Lois off the roof. And then she kind of like seduces him. And so it's like Batman and Catwoman having a fling, Bruce and Selina are having a thing, and he's living his life, and we don't really get to see that in these movies a lot. And rewatching it, I was like, I'm enjoying this more. My biggest gripe the first time I watched it was there wasn't enough interaction between Batman and Hush, who's the main villain. And Hush is essentially the puppet master, controlling all of these other villains to do certain things to hurt Batman or to hurt Bruce. But watching it again, I'm like, I enjoy seeing Batman and Catwoman together and doing their thing. And they even have a little montage when they go running out together and they're stopping the Penguin and Two-Face and Mr. Freeze. And it was cute. And it's like, he's living, even though he's still doing his job and beating people up and trying to figure out who this Hush guy is. He does get pushed to the limit when his friend gets killed and he sees Joker, and Joker is like, hey, I didn't do it. I want to hurt you, but I didn't do it. And Joker is, in the brief appearance that he has, he is so funny, but Batman is beating the brakes off of him because he thinks he killed his friend. It gets to a point where Commissioner Gordon pulls the gun on Batman, like, don't do it. Don't break your code for this guy. And he looks and he sees all the blood, and it kind of like, it messes with his psyche a little bit. And he reveals his identity to Catwoman. Like, I think Nightwing is like, yo, if you want to do this, and I'm all for it, I'm happy for you, you got to tell her everything. And he's like, it's none of your business. But then he brings Catwoman to the Batcave, and Nightwing is like, what is happening? And Alfred is like, oh, it's good to see you. And she becomes family, essentially, as they all work together to monitor things in Gotham. But Bruce and Selina can still do their thing on the side. And it's just a different take on Batman. And he's not just beating up bad guys the whole movie. Although Hush is in the background. And you do get to see Batman's detective brain kick in as he's putting pieces together to figure out who this Hush guy is. I enjoyed Hush as a villain because he's mysterious enough where he pops up and you see his brief interaction with like Poison Ivy, and she looks scared, and he's just like one step ahead of everyone involved in the story. So he's a decent villain, but I really just enjoy watching Batman be Bruce for the most part and have a life with someone else, even though he can still do his other thing and not be mysterious and not hiding it from her. Just having them work together all the time. They just had good chemistry. They had good fight techniques together. They both like interrogating people to a certain extent, so that works. It's not like, oh, you're going too far type thing. And it's a good time. Like watching it again, I'm like, man, I really like this. In terms of like, it's not essentially a Batman solo movie because you have so much Catwoman and a little bit of Nightwing, and you do see Superman. But this is one of my favorites now. Like watching it again, I'm like, I really enjoyed this movie. Watching it again. So Batman Hush, if you watched it before, check it out again. Let me know what you thought about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.